Okay, hello and welcome to Silicon Valley Impact on Tel Radio. My name is Roger Royce. I'm your host, where every week we bring you a program about people in Silicon Valley and the greater San Francisco Bay Area that are having a major impact. And today we're quite happy to have with us Heather Cleary and Jessica Bloom from Peninsula Family Services. So thank you both, Heather and Jessica, for being here today.
Thank you, Roger.
So let's just jump right into it. And maybe, Heather, maybe you can start off by telling me just who is Peninsula Family Service?
Thank you. Happy to be here today. Peninsula Family Service is a 72-year-old organization serving 12,000 of our neighbors annually. We operate in 4 counties: Santa Cruz, Santa Clara, San Benito, and we are headquartered in San Mateo. We serve program participants at every stage of life, from ages 3 weeks to over 100 years old. And we have expertise in early learning, financial empowerment, employment, older adult services, transportation, mental health, and more.
Okay, awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about what the mission or the vision and values of the Peninsula Family Service are?
Our mission is to strengthen our community by providing children, families, and older adults support and tools to realize their full potential and lead healthy, stable lives. And we envision a community where opportunity, financial stability, and wellness are secured for all. We value integrity, respect, compassion, diversity, teamwork, and adaptability at Peninsula Family Service.
Okay, and I know that Peninsula Family Service has a special emphasis on learning for children in poverty. So Heather, can you tell me a little bit about your work as a Silicon Valley leader in early learning for children in poverty?
Yes, thank you. We are very proud of our early learning work. We operate 8 centers in San Mateo County, serving ages 0 to 12. We are one of the largest providers, serving over 600 children each year. All of our children are low income or poverty level, and we've got some fantastic partners in this work, including the Stanford Graduate School of Education, our own California Department of Education, our County Office of Ed, the Big Lift, First 5, Early Head Start, Silicon Valley Community Foundation, and more.
Oh, wow, interesting. You're partnering with all the big organizations around town, it sounds like. That's great. And I also understand you're working to solve an urgent problem in our own backyard. Tell us about that.
Yes, unfortunately, over 20,000 children who live in San Mateo County are in poverty. And this causes a lifelong opportunity gap that can trap them into years of poor school performance, poor health outcomes, shorter life expectancy, and immersion in the cycle of poverty. And so our goal is to really disrupt that opportunity gap and prepare our children for their next step in life, usually kindergarten.
21,000 in Silicon Valley, the most prosperous area in the world, probably. That's just shocking. That's amazing. Yeah, well, it's awesome that you're doing this, but tell me more. What do you mean by opportunity gap?
Well, the opportunity gap refers to the fact that the arbitrary circumstances people are born into, such as their race, their zip code, their ethnicity, their socioeconomic status, and these all determine their opportunities in life instead of people having the chance to achieve their full potential.
I see. Okay, well, thanks very much, Heather. So Jessica, we haven't heard from you yet. Can you tell me a little bit about how early learning experts prepare children for kindergarten? I believe that's your area.
Sure, yes. So one of the ways that we support STEM in our programs is continuous training for our teachers. And most of our teachers have been in the field for a long time, so their expertise supports the social and emotional well-being in the classroom. We do work on offering an environment that is inviting and healthy and safe We do meet the children where they are. So everything is kind of developed so that we can help each child individually where they're at. We do regular assessments on our children to make sure that we are able to meet them where they are. And if there's any changes that we need to make to adapt in the environment in the classroom for learning, we do that. We also use a high quality comprehensive curriculum. It is research based and it supports a majority of the literacy and arts that are happening in the classroom. And then we add our STEM from the start as an additional support.
I see. At this point, I think we're going to take a little break for the radio. My name is Roger Royce. This is Silicon Valley Impact on TAL Radio. We're talking with Jessica Bloom and Heather Cleary from Peninsula Family Service. They're talking about some of the programs that they have for especially children in poverty in Silicon Valley, but other family services that they provide. We're going to be right back after the break. Okay, we're back. This is Roger Royce, Silicon Valley Impact on TAL Radio. Thank you for being here today, listening to us. Today, we are talking with Jessica Bloom and Heather Cleary from Peninsula Family Service. It's an organization, a 72-year-old organization here in Silicon Valley that provides all manner of services, especially to children in need, children in poverty, a pre-kindergarten program. And that's what we were just talking with Jessica about. So tell me, Jessica, about this STEM from the Start program. That sounds really interesting. What's the foundation of that program?
So the foundation started in collaboration with partner advisors from the Stanford Graduate School of Education. And from that, we also have added on a STEM coordinator that supports all the lesson plans and creative ideas that happen around our program. We have a STEM cohort with teachers. Right now, we currently have 45 STEM teachers that support the intentional learning in the classroom that supports STEM, and a lot of research, making sure that we have everything we need that's developmentally appropriate for children from infants all the way up to school age.
Yeah. So Jessica, maybe you could, what does STEM stand for again? I know it's science something.
Science, technology, engineering, and math.
Science, technology, engineering, and math. That sounds,
Yes.
It's a lot. I've heard of STEAM lately too, where you add art to that as well.
Yes.
But yeah, that's great that you're doing that even for early stage. What does that actually look like in the classroom?
So in the classroom, one of our goals is having an environment, something similar to a STEM area or a STEM corner. And there's going to be multiple activities for a child to do, a lot of manipulatives, sensory tools, something that is going to, grab that inquisitive mind, call the children over to that corner, let them explore, make a mess, have fun, and just, enjoy that moment. And, we do have a lot of activities that we do each week individually. We also support STEM at home. So we do put kits together for activities. An example I could give you is making Play-Doh. That's an all-time favorite for children. That is something we can put kits together, send those home, give the ingredients and then share with the parents how to do it in detail. And you can change it for each age group to make it more adaptable for them. And we can give parents cues and ideas on different languages to use so that they can help that inquisitive mind at home and continue the environment and the learning at home as well.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit more about how to, it sounds awfully imposing, science, technology, engineering, and math for young children. How do they learn STEM?
So a lot of it is through tactile experiences, as early as an infant, we start working and teaching with them, but really being able to touch, feel, smell, using all their senses exploring in the areas. We also do use additional math apps in our classrooms, such as Critter Corral and Mouth Shelf. So those have been additions that we have added in the classroom. And then just activities in a group setting with all their other peers, so they get to experience and explore with them.
Let's see. And did I understand you correctly that infants are learning STEM? Is that right? Tell me about that.
Yes, most people would not believe that you can do STEM with infants, but is actually very easy. We start using just their fine motor skills and giving them a tactile experience. You can an activity they like is using ice, giving them ice and watching it melt. They can touch it, they can grab it, they can play with it. They may not understand exactly what happens to the ice after it melts, but they get to make a mess and explore. And so this is just the beginning of helping their cognitive skills and wanting them to, they want to learn more what happens next. And so that's kind of a start on something that you can do in the classroom with an infant.
I'll bet it makes a big difference just to start somebody that young, that early, get in their brains to think that way. And how about toddlers? Is it too late by the time you're a toddler?
No, toddlers, it's just as easy and fun with toddlers as it is with infants. The other additional thing with toddlers is that you can add language and ask questions on how something feels. What does it look like? Is it soft? Is it hard? You can do a lot of activities and start to see if it's something that's heavy. Is it light? You're starting to add different language for them. And they're really understanding volume at a young age. And then also understanding kind of 3D items that are in a classroom that they may have only understood a certain dimension as an infant, but as they're starting in toddlers, they're going to understand those different dimensions with their touch feelings and understanding the weight and the volumes.
How about math? Do they have an understanding of math at that level?
Oh, of course. A child always wants more. So, you give them a cookie, they want more than one cookie, more than one cracker. They definitely understand what more means and adding an extra goldfish to the count.
They understand that even as a toddler.
Yes.
And as an infant. Oh, that's really interesting. We're going to take a short break here. This is Roger Royce with Silicon Valley Impact. I'm talking with Jessica Bloom and Heather Cleary from Peninsula Family Service. We talked about their programs for impoverished families in this valley and also about their STEM program. And we're going to talk more about that right after the break. We'll be right back. Hello, welcome back. This is Roger Royce with Silicon Valley Impact on TEL Radio. We're talking with Jessica and Heather from Peninsula Family Service today. And so far, if you've been with us, you've learned that the Silicon Valley has a real child poverty problem, 21,000 impoverished children under the age of 5 in this valley. And Peninsula Family Service, they're doing something about that. They help these children. They help them with learning and other matters. Jessica, you were just telling us about STEM programs for, believe it or not, infants and toddlers to close that opportunity gap that these poor children have and maybe give them a better chance in life by getting them into STEM early in life. But tell me now about preschoolers in STEM. Does this program extend to them as well?
Yes, preschoolers, they really start to show their true personalities as they grow. And, before they go on to kindergarten, you really get to see the difference in a child that is an introvert and a child that is an extrovert. And luckily, STEM supports both of those types of personalities because, you are able to explore, you can have some self-confidence building, work on your social emotional skills when doing STEM activities in the classroom, because there is no right or wrong. You don't have to worry about having too much or not enough, or, a child, asking questions. Everything is just a foundation of fun and exploring. And, if you have a child that's very quiet, it's very easy to pull them in and to ask them questions and ideas, and using some critical thinking skills that will kind of expand their language as well as the other peers in their classroom. And we really work on empowering children during this time when they're doing STEM activities, asking them questions, asking them what they feel, because there's no wrong or right answer. You know, when you're asking a question about when let's say we're going to grow some pumpkin seeds, you know, and one of the questions you ask is, well, how big do you think this is going to grow? And does it need water? Does it need sunlight? And so we will ask questions, and we will write down what the children say, what they guess, keep all that information and data for them, and show them where they started from the beginning and to the end. And during this time, it's just a environment where the learning, there's no wrong or right. It's just having fun, guessing, and everybody's feeling a part of something together. So you never have to worry about a child feeling left out or missing out on having the fun. So that's one of the, you know, favorite things about STEM is it includes everybody, it encourages everybody, and empowers everybody to ask the questions, and they don't have to realize whether it's a wrong or right question.
Got it. You know, I had no idea that children of all ages can learn STEM. I'm still trying to get my brain around that fact, because it sounds very imposing, but I believe you. So Heather, tell me, what else are you planning for this program?
Yes, thank you. We have an amazing opportunity right now in partnership with Mid-Peninsula Housing and the San Mateo County Department of Housing. We are designing a state-of-the-art early learning center. This will be a new from the ground up facility built for us and our children, where we will serve 124 infants, toddlers, and preschoolers, the Midway Early Learning Center. And this is our first time to be able to build our STEM from the Start curriculum into the classroom and playground design.
That's awesome. And I understand that coming back to this, that STEM learning in the first years is really important to a child's development. Isn't that right?
That's correct. With our STEM learning, we're helping to close the opportunity gap, get them ready for kindergarten, and get their brains thinking critically to develop a love of learning.
Oh, that's great. So tell me, why is this Midway program, the Midway ELC, such an important project?
So the Midway ELC is located in the Bayshore neighborhood of Daly City. It is a neighborhood in our own backyard with a high community need for more service for children and their families. And this site will be built for us. We are so excited to be able to add our STEM from the Start curriculum, and really we've gotten so much support from our funders and our community to make this new site a reality for the neighborhood.
Yeah, that's great. So what are the next steps for this program?
So the next steps are we are working with Mid-Peninsula Housing to design it. They are in the process of building it, preparing the area to be built on. This is a 4-phase project, and we are very excited to be in phase 1 with our center built in phase 2.
I see. And now the most important thing is how can we help? How can the community help? How can our listeners help? This sounds like a really important program, and I know people want to help.
Certainly, we're always raising money for this project. We do want it to be the best in class early learning center that the county has. And we are really excited to be on a fundraising process. We always appreciate that. For more information, you can go to our website, peninsulafamilyservice.org.
Yeah, can I ask, how does Peninsula Family Services, how does it get supported now? Is it public charitable contributions? Is it government funding? Is it maybe one benefactor? How do you rely on your support these days?
So about 70% of our funding comes from government contracts, with most of the remaining balance is fundraised dollars.
So people from the community, just individuals, can help. And you say, sorry?
We could not do this work without the support of our community.
I see. And people can find out how to help by going to your website. Is that right?
Correct. Go to our website, peninsulafamilyservice.org, and there's places to volunteer, there's places to donate, there's an email where you can just ask for more information and we will get back to you.
Okay, and I think we might have said this at the beginning, but you're located in San Mateo, right?
Our headquarters are in San Mateo.
Okay, and most of your impact is here in the Bay Area, it sounds like. The Bayview area, of course, we know well, a little north of there. So San Mateo, for our listeners out there, sits right here in the heart of Silicon Valley. It's just south of San Francisco. It's between San Francisco and San Jose. And certainly there's a big presence there of Silicon Valley businesses. Well, I want to thank you, Jessica and Heather, for being here. This is Roger Royce with Silicon Valley Impact on TEL Radio. We've been talking to Jessica and Heather from Peninsula Family Service. We learned about this poverty problem we have here in Silicon Valley and the Bay Area, especially for children under 5. We've learned about what this organization is doing to help alleviate that problem, especially in its educational initiatives, bringing STEM to infants, STEM to toddlers, and STEM to preschoolers, and now this big Midway project that you're in the process of building, and how you, the listeners, can help. So thanks again for being here. It's Roger Royce, Silicon Valley Impact, and we will see you next time.